What if I told you that a tiny, microscopic molecule holds the answers to fighting diseases, global hunger, and climate change? What if I also told you that this same molecule holds the instructions for all life on Earth? It is the reason that my hair is brown and my eyes are green. It's why my cat is a cat and my tomato plant is not. That molecule? DNA. DNA, or deoxyribonucleic acid, is the instruction manual for all living things. It is made up of 4 chemical building blocks called base pairs. They are represented by the letters A, T, C, and G. The specific sequence of the base pairs codes for instructions to make amino acids, another type of building block. There are 20 different amino acids, all with different shapes and sizes. These amino acids link together in long chains to form proteins, which are super important in our bodies. Groups of proteins come together to form cells, which are the basic unit of all life. Cells team up with one another to make tissues, which combine to make organs. Groups of organs form organ systems that perform important functions in our bodies. All of these organ systems make an organism, or a living thing.
Hey.
Proteins also play a key role in important functions like digestion, immune defense, plant photosynthesis, nutrient storage, and more. They are responsible for physical traits, creating the vast diversity we see in plants and animals across the globe. DNA provides the instructions for proteins to form properly, at the right time, and in the right location. When this process goes according to plan, everything from cells to organisms usually turns out just fine. However, changes in the DNA code, called mutations or variants, can cause the DNA instructions to be erased or inaccurate. Sometimes these changes cause no problems, sometimes they have positive impacts, and sometimes they have negative impacts like disease. Being able to detect and analyze changes in an organism's DNA is important for answering questions about health and disease, development, ancestry, evolution, the environment, and much more. Scientists use a technology called DNA sequencing to study and analyze DNA. To sequence a genome, scientists extract DNA from cells, break the DNA into smaller pieces, read the sequence of the DNA letters using a machine called a DNA sequencer, and then put the small pieces of DNA code back together. This process is a little like putting together a puzzle. Scientists use an existing sequence, called a reference genome, as their picture to know what pieces go where. For especially tricky genomes, they also rely on computational tools to help them predict what pieces might belong together. Once scientists have a completed genome, they can compare it to the reference genome to look for changes that could contribute to diseases or interesting traits. At the HudsonAlpha Institute for Biotechnology, scientists use the power of genomics and DNA sequencing to improve life. That means everything from the diagnosis, treatment, and prevention of human disease to breeding plants that provide us with nutritious food, sustainable fuel and fiber sources, and a healthy environment. Scientists at HudsonAlpha are some of the best in the world at sequencing, analyzing, and interpreting genomes, having sequenced more than 200 novel plant reference genomes and tens of thousands of human genomes. They apply genomic technology to uncover the genetic causes of various diseases, including cancer, psychiatric diseases, neurological disorders, and childhood diseases. Identifying disease-causing genetic variants leads to breakthroughs in risk identification, diagnostic methods, and treatments. Genomics not only helps us discover things about the human body, but also helps to improve the foods we eat, the energy we use, and the clothes we wear. HudsonAlpha scientists study plant DNA to identify the genes responsible for desirable traits such as disease resistance, drought tolerance, and higher crop yields. The beneficial traits can be introduced into existing crop lines to create more productive, nutritious food crops or improve plants for bioenergy and bioproducts. HudsonAlpha is using the power of genomics to improve life.